In the modern age, malicious or criminal cyber attacks on businesses are fast becoming the leading cause for concern, and they need everyone to plan and be aware of what to do if this happens to them. Most of us have heard about the latest corporate casualties that suffered significant data breaches, being Optus and Medibank, which led to millions of their customers' private and sensitive information being compromised. These breaches are a real reminder to all of us that we need to be aware of the risks of a data breach and what to do in the event that one happens to you. So are you and your company prepared in the event that they fall prey to a cyber attack, and do you know what to do if it actually occurs to you? Data breaches can have a serious impact on your business, and it is very important that you have in place a robust cyber resilience strategy to identify and respond quickly to threats. If you are the subject of a breach, you need to firstly determine, is it a reportable one? Both the breaches of Optus and Medibank are significant, and they were data breaches that needed to be notified under the Notifiable Data Breaches Scheme in the Privacy Act. So does your company hold personal information of its customers and members? Personal information such as employees' record information, health information, information about religious beliefs, sexual orientation, ethnic origin, criminal records, or a tax file number, just to name a few. If you hold any of this information on your customer or members, you will need to be aware of what a data breach is and your obligations if one is to occur. So what is a data breach? A data breach occurs where devices are lost or stolen that contain sensitive information, unauthorised access occurs to personal or business documentation, an individual's information is disclosed to a cyber criminal or a scammer, which is generally from inadequate identity verification procedures, or information is inadvertently disclosed when it shouldn't have been. If any of these occur, then the Notifiable Data Breaches Scheme under the Privacy Act requires notification of such cyber breaches. So are you actually required to report such a breach? The scheme potentially applies to all businesses that have an annual turnover of $3 million or more. Smaller businesses are also caught if they hold tax file number information, are a credit reporting body, health service provider, allied health professional, weight loss clinic, or they trade in personal information. Data breaches can cause significant harm to the business that's been hacked, but also to the individual whose personal information is involved in the data breach. There have been several instances of large organisations being hacked where individuals have been harmed or exposed by a data breach. Typically, it does happen when an unauthorised third party gains access to personal information. This can then lead to financial fraud, identity theft, or even intimidation or physical harm. So if you are the subject of a cyber attack and there has been unauthorised access to personal information and serious harm is likely to be caused to the people whose personal information has been hacked, you will need to report the breach to the individuals as well as to the Office of Information Commissioner. If you fall victim to a cyber attack, failure to notify and comply with the scheme could see large financial penalties and compensation being awarded against you. So it's really important that you're aware of your obligations. Preparing for a data breach response is one of the key things that will help you and your business respond quickly in the event that it occurs. Optus and Medibank recently were hacked and responded very quickly because of the systems that they had in place to do so. They provide a timely reminder to us all to make sure we're aware of our obligations, that we have things in place to ensure that we can pivot quickly and limit the harm of the individuals whose business is exposed. So do you have a data response plan in place that enables you to do these things? Such a plan would have things in place that ensure you comply with your obligations, that the harm from the breach is minimised to both the individuals and your business, and that the individuals and the necessary authorities get advised. A robust cyber resilience strategy to identify and quickly respond to threats is critical for your business operations. It's important that you ensure your security is up to date, multi-factor authentication is in place, and that you review these things carefully and often. If you want to understand your obligations better to limit your risk, then call us for some advice and assistance today.